Oregon's newest, most hated, and most loved man. Arin Markus made waves when he filed a recall against Governor Kitzhaber. Governor Brown. Oh, okay. One of the large forces that pushed Kitzhaber to resign, but he rose to prominence again after announcing a new campaign to recall Governor Kate Brown. He has worked tirelessly to unite the people of Oregon together for the purpose of removing Brown from office in an effort to save Oregon from her corrupt dictation of citizens and businesses. So please give a warm welcome for Arin Markus.
Arin Markus.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Arin Markus, and I'm the Chief Petitioner for Recall Kate Brown, Committee number 18717. 5 years ago, I set out on a mission to make Oregon safe for parents, children, and families. I started this movement with a broken laptop and an American dream to make sure that our kids are safe from the corrupt business of Child Protective Services. Now, I decided to take my fight up to Oregon Democrats who, guess what? They make money off the foster care system and taking our children. They take kids who are not abused because they're adoptable and give them away in exchange for federal incentives. So my big push is against Oregon Department of Human Services. I want to see accountability in there, which is what Dennis Richardson wants to see as well, our Secretary of State. A lot of people are saying, well, what does it mean to recall the governor? Well, I'll tell you about that here in just a minute, but I want to tell you what makes our recall so unique. We are the first recall in American history that is online, electronically, using every electronic means we can. We've got ham radio operators out there. You can go to our website, register to vote, check your voter registration, and download a petition right there at recallkate.com. This is the first gubernatorial electronic recall in American history, and we're all doing it right here. We have our website up, recallkate.com, where people can go to donate. They can learn about how to become a volunteer petitioner, what the rules are. They can email us at recallkate@gmail.com, and we'll send out the petitions once they give us our information. We know who's out there doing this. But anybody can go to the website and print off a bunch of these single-line petitions, hand them out to their friends if they want, sign them, stamp them, send them in. They go straight to our P.O. box, and every piece of mail is handled by me personally. Now, what does it mean to recall the governor? Because people are out there saying, Oregon doesn't have a recall system. Well, there's the petitions right there, so I think we do. What it means to recall the governor is to accuse her of improprieties of her duties of office, which we know she is. And if we get the required number of signatures, 220,458 verified, which I think we can pretty easily, if we get those signatures, she has to print a public statement about those allegations in the Oregon Voters Manual within, I think it's 30 days. Or maybe it's only 2 weeks. Don't quote me here. But if she doesn't answer those allegations, I go to Secretary of State Dennis Richardson's office. He contacts the commander of the Oregon State Police, and we come right over here and we pull Kate right out of her office. If she does answer, we're all going to have to jump up and make sure everybody votes to recall her out of office, and she'll be thrown out. Either way, we're looking at changing the scope of Oregon's political makeup. Now, let me tell you another thing that makes our recall so unique. We're recalling a Democratic governor, okay, but we are all partisan and nonpartisan. We are a registered 527 nonprofit with the IRS. All donations are tax deductible, and we are including everybody. Yesterday at the Douglas County drive-through petition signing, they had Republicans, Democrats, Libertarians, Independents, Green Parties, Christians, Muslims, Jews, Hindus, Buddhists. They had Russians, Japanese, Chinese, Mexican, you name it. This is everybody. We're all doing this together. Everybody's tired of what Kate Brown's doing. The Democrats that elected her in, they didn't get what they were promised, and they know it, and it's showing in the numbers. Now, one of the things that has a lot of Bernie supporters upset about Kate Brown is before the Democratic primary, what did she say? It doesn't matter what Oregon votes, I'm giving all the votes to Hillary. She alienates her own. She doesn't care. She doesn't care about anything but her pocketbook, which is why she's out there right now raising $700,000, $800,000 to run again. She knows she's not going to make it. She knows I'm coming. I told her a long time ago. I told her to her face. This recall started back before I filed the recall against Governor Kitzhaber. And it made the big news because if he got recalled, well, another Democrat's coming in. Well, we're on media blackout right now, but that's going to change real soon. But when I recalled Governor Kitzhaber and I filed the recall, he quit 3 days later. And a couple days after that, I got a letter from the Oregon Secretary of State that said your petition is rejected. He jumped ship just by pointing the cannons at him. He didn't know they weren't loaded. But this time the cannons are loaded. We are running the first electronic-based recall. We have facebook.com/recallKateBrown. And on that Facebook site, you can get connected to every county's Facebook site. Or you can search Recall Kate Brown, Douglas County, Multnomah County, you'll get directed to the site. We're all grouping up through there. We're putting campaign coordinators in every county, whether or not we have an office there or not. But we're going to have people there to help guide the petitioners that are volunteering, bring in the petitions, get them here to the state capitol by the deadline, October 9th. Now, I want to say this is a monumental task, and we're going to need a lot of help coming up here soon. We need the Portland building, which we're getting close to our donation drive to get that amount. We're getting really close. And we're going to be pushing hard. We're going to be getting stuff printed up all over the state. Use your grassroots to your effect. Take some sidewalk chalk. Go to the busiest intersection in your town and write recallkate.com right there. Get people to the site. You know, it's easy as clicking on it, printing it, mail it in, and your voice gets heard, your signature counts. There's a lot of people out there that might be kind of going out there and spying on us, trying to trip us up on the recall rules. So make sure you read the volunteer instructions on the site if you're going to be circulating this petition. Email recallkate@gmail.com so we can give you instantly any updates that we send out on our list. You're not added to a list. Nobody else knows who I'm emailing back. You're all blind carbon copied, so nobody else can assemble lists, and we don't sell lists. Every envelope with every name on it, I still have in my possession. It's not going anywhere, except maybe a fire pit. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about Kate. I'm not going to get into the points of the recall so much because those are for everybody else to decide when they read it. If they agree with it, sign it. If you don't, then don't. But we want to get as many people involved out there doing as much as possible. Tell everybody you know, recallkate.com. First time ever done in American history, and it's being done by all of you. And all of you showing up here today. And frankly, I'm surprised that I've made it this far without getting a shot taken at me or whatever. I'm careful when I step off the streets, but one thing is, they know that I'm not afraid of them. The FBI has known about this for 1.5 years that I was doing this. The White House has known that I was going to do this for about 1.5 years. I'm not very shy in my accusations against Kate Brown, but for this recall, I don't want to define what that means. She's going to have to come ask me what I mean. That opens the door for me to ask her a few more questions and elaborate on what I mean. I don't think she's going to answer this recall. I don't think she has the backbone to stand up against Oregonians who are done having our kids used as pawns in a little political game. This needs to end now. We need to get the right for parents to have a jury in Child Protective Services. Why? Because without that jury, judges get to decide who's the credible witness. And we all know what kind of liars they bring into Child Protective Services hearings. So we need to get parents the rights over their own families back. Dennis Richardson agrees with me, and that's one of the reasons why I want to get him into the state capitol for even that brief time, so we can get something done about this. Our kids matter, our future matters, our families matter, and Kate Brown's trying to destroy it all. So get online, share the Facebook page everywhere, share the page everywhere, facebook.com/recallKateBrown, facebook.com Recall Kate Brown / your county's name, and recallkate.com. Now, here in just a moment, I'm going to introduce one of our Marion County campaign coordinators who's going to be working with a lot of people down here and helping to rein in all those petitions and get them turned in. I'm going to introduce him, and he's going to tell a little bit about what he came here to speak about. But every penny that is donated to this campaign is reported. Our Or-Star elections reporting is 100% complete and valid up to the gas money that we spent to get here today. That's the only thing that hasn't been entered in. And we're going to run a clean campaign. We're going to use every penny to its maximum potential. So your donations are being used responsibly. And here in a minute, this guy right here is going to be up here speaking as I'm coming around with these petitions right here for all y'all to sign. We can do this. We can get double the amount of signatures, which is how many people voted for Dennis Richardson for governor. Now, Dennis Richardson might have won that election. We don't know. Kate Brown disqualified a bunch of signatures, mostly Republicans, because the signatures didn't match. And so, once we get her out, I think we're going to get a lot of exposure about what happened inside that Secretary of State's office while Kate Brown was in there. But I want you to know, it's going to be big. We need all your help. I love you guys all. I try to get back to everybody personally on the email site. I try to get the petitions out in groups. But email us if you want a petition to circulate. We'll get you everything you need to know. But I want to thank everybody for coming here to this rally. I want to thank Brittany and Frank for inviting me. It's been wonderful seeing all these people here, and I know that we can all do this together. We need to make Oregon safe for families. Amen. My name's Arin Markus, Chief Petitioner for Kate Brown's Recall Kate Brown, Committee 18717. I love you, Oregon. Give it up for Michael Scott, our Marion County Michael Cross, excuse me, Marion County Campaign Coordinator for Recall Kate Brown.